K.P. Purnachandra Tejaswi was one of the most significant figures in Kannada literature, a true polymath who was a writer, photographer, ornithologist, and environmentalist. He wasn't just the son of a Rashtrakavi, he was a man who created his own universe in the heart of Western Ghats. Kuppali Puttappa Purnachandra Tejaswi, born on September 17, 1938, was a pioneer of Navya and Bandhya movements in Kannada literature. While he inherited the legacy of his father, Kuempu Tejaswi carved a path that was uniquely his, one deeply rooted in nature, science, and the common man. Tejaswi was born in Kuppali, Shimoga. Growing up in the lush greenery of the Malnad region profoundly influenced his psyche. He completed education in Mysore, earning a master's degree in Kannada from Maharaja's College. However, unlike many of his contemporaries, Tejaswi wasn't interested in a comfortable life or a conventional teaching career. He was a rebel at heart, constantly questioning tradition and authority, a trait that would later define his Diganta philosophy. The turning point in his life was his move to Mudigere in Chikmagaluru. He chose to become a farmer, tending to his coffee estate named Chitrakuta. Living away from the literary circles of the city, he connected with the local people, the forest, and the wildlife. These people birthed his most famous works. His writing shifted from abstract to tangible, focusing on the relationship between humans and the environment. This is where he wrote his masterpiece Carvalho, a novel that blends science, philosophy, and a hunt for a flying lizard. Tejaswi literature was accessible yet profound. He moved away from complex metaphors of his father's generation to a direct conversational style. Beyond Carvalho, he gave us Chidambara Rahasya, which won the Sahitya Academy Award, Jugari Cross, and the beloved Kira Gurina Gayaligalu. He introduced the concept of Vismaya, which means wonder, through his science and nature writing. He translated world history and science into Kannada, making complex topics like evolution and space accessible to rural readers. Tejaswi was a man of many lenses. He was an expert photographer and a passionate ornithologist who would identify birds by their slightest call. He was also a pioneer in bringing computers and Kannada software to the masses. Believing that technology should empower the local language, he was an environmentalist long before it was a trend, constantly warning about the destruction of the Western Ghats. He lived a life of simplicity often found in his garden or repair shop rather than at award ceremonies. Purnachandra Tejaswi passed away on April 5, 2007 at his home in Mudigere. He didn't want a grand funeral, he wanted to return to the earth he so loved. He left behind a legacy that teaches us to look at the world with curiosity and skepticism. He taught us that the greatest mysteries aren't in books, but in the forest, the soil, and the wings of birds.